Well, it is the last month of the year, December, and hopefully it's going to be a December to remember for all of us watching, as well as the guys in the studio with me. You can see we are looking flying, we are looking very different, and we are looking the part, and we're also playing the part because it's the month of celebration, it's the month of joy. It is my own special month. December is the month I was given birth to. On that note, you are welcome to the best show on the land, the best of the best sports, anywhere in the land. My name is Farouk Adetola. They call me the Sports Bamba. I've got the guys here in the studio with me. I'm so happy, regardless of anything United are doing. I'm a happy man. But I've got the guys in the studio this lovely day. And let me start with the man for the big occasion.
Everybody now a big
Now you this time around. Because you are the only man putting on a cap, headgear amongst us here. And I wonder, IBK, we talk about something. Go put icing on the cake. How you do it?
Well, everyone knows what December brings. I think there's this happiness that
absolutely.
You scale through the year. That's why you realize that people will easily forget what they went through all through the year.
Absolutely.
You get the stress, the struggles, the supper, the old suffering and everything. You just be like, it's worth celebrating.
Yeah.
And again, to cap it off, Farouk will be celebrating his 40th birthday this December. And I think for me, he's someone that I can say that I met him as a colleague, on Unilag FM. I can say it's been worth it. And bro, I congratulate you. 40 no beans a day. You don't try.
Thank you very much, Irene. Don't make me start feeling very emotional this morning. I did this day. And now let me talk to another guy that I so much respect when it comes to his tactical acumen and also understanding of the game. The man that's also bigger than education. You are big of education. What's bigger than education?
I get introduced like
this is what you do now.
Oh, I'm good, man. It's nice to.
It's been 11 months I'm going to counting.
It's nice to be, part of the people who have made it to the month of December. Very soon we'll be singing Felix na the Dad.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to, enjoy Christmas. That's something I have to say. I'm ready. My tummy is open already.
Roy is the vast experienced man amongst us here. He's been married for like decades. Money deal for pocket. The guy is a big man.
He's looking the part.
See guys, if you see all these three guys here, I swear, build them anyway.
Which guy?
No, I don't understand.
Build them. See guy now.
Roy, me, I go even build. I don't talk am.
See, can we take it easy?
After now, Roy, they carry me go that place.
Okay, that's fine.
How you doing, Roy? It's not easy, honestly. It's not easy.
Yeah, we'll give God the glory. It's not been easy. It's been a mixed feeling for so many people.
I think you're going to say Chelsea.
And
when the year out for Chelsea.
This year was an election year.
Yeah,
right?
it was an election year.
Wow.
So it's been that was why I said it's a mixed feeling for virtually everybody. You understand? Times are hard and everything, but all I can say is just hang on. I believe that the better days are ahead. That's what I believe. I believe 2024 will usher us into a better year where we'll have progress and prosperity, good health. That's the most important thing. And football-wise, well, it's been a mixed feeling for me as a Chelsea fan. Chelsea has been inconsistent in.
I'm not sure say we get each 10 wins.
Today we are happy. Tomorrow we are sad.
Was it this year Boli came on?
Yeah, it was this season that Boli came back to.
No, it was last year.
He
took over from
Roman.
Was it last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
Wow.
Anyway, honestly, personally, it's been a very interesting year for me. A lot of growth, a lot of development.
And happy birthday in advance.
Yeah, thank you guys. And also,
we even met each other this year.
Yeah. For those of you watching, honestly, they say live. Once you're still waking up, still breathing, there's still a lot that can happen. Even this year, don't give up on your dreams. You can still make a whole lot.
Can I see build that mansion this
Honestly, you can.
The God of 9 minutes. The God of 9 minutes miracle.
Can I see buy?
Can
I see buy a jelly?
Yes, you
can.
See, it's very simple. 10 odds.
The gate of 2,000
$10 where I define. I won't try 1 or 10.
You can never expect it on this program. You can always come to you at any variance. But let's get into the show right about now. They say charity begins from home. Let's start from Nigerian Professional Football League. Well, it was a weekend of interest for so many people, where we saw a lot of records being made. And for me, you score a goal, they call it one. You score two, it's called a brace. You score 3, they call it hat-trick. And you score 4, they call it double brace. These are the things we see every time from the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Lewandowski, Aguero, Haaland. But a certain young boy here in Nigeria scored what we call a quintuple, 5 goals in a match, all the way from Kano Pillars Academy, playing on the road in the Nigerian Football League, IBK. I don't think I've seen anything of such here in Nigerian League.
I think it was Mizo that did that early this season, but I think it was that trick.
Yeah.
That game that ended, I think 5-3. You know, he plays for Bayelsa United, and it was as if we finally have someone score a trick. You know, the league is getting better. We finally, and the good thing is that when I was still questioning the fact that Kano Pillars, they are terrible travelers right from time.
Yeah.
You know, the Sonny Abacha Stadium has always been a fortress for them. So it seems going on the road, it's more like, something they are not used to. But
absolutely.
Although let's not forget, Gombe United, they are more like the Sheffield of the NPFL. Anyone, whether they are home, whether they are away, they are being beaten and the rest. So, but let's not take anything.
But they will relegate.
Let me just run through the scores. Doma United won, Niger 0. Brennan Insurance defeated Lobby Stars of Makurdi by a goal to nothing. Imba defeated Sunshine Stars of Akure by a goal to nothing. Akwa United won. Kwara United won. It was Gombe United 2, Kano Pillars 5. That goal was scored by a certain 18-year-old boy, Yusuf Abdullahi. Enugu Rangers game against Rivers United was postponed because of engagement of Rivers United on the continent. In fact, they lost that match to Dreams FC of Ghana. Bayelsa United 2, Abia Warriors 2. Sporting Lagos 1, Katsina United 0. Shooting Stars at Atlanta played out the goalless draw, while Remo Stars got back to winning ways at home against Plateau United. I mentioned the boy's name, Yusuf Abdullahi, 18 years IBK. Honestly, I'm not trying to hold brief for him.
Yeah.
But I feel that here in the country, we are not doing as much to promote our football. If it were to be Haaland, Messi, Ronaldo, Lewandowski, we would have been making noise on social media.
Well, Farouk, you can't blame anyone, because I think.
Who should we blame?
I think the game itself wasn't on TV.
Absolutely.
If it was on our local TV, or if it was on the cable TVs, you easily know that someone scored 5 goals. But my major point is, I remember when Ahmed Musa started at Kano Pillars as well. A very young guy who finished top of the scoring chart in the NPFL.
I think he scored 18 goals that year.
Yeah, 18 goals, and it was as if just the same way. Very young lad, trying to. Very fast, pacey, knows how to score goals and the rest. So I think Kano Pillars, this guy is someone who, if I just hope his growth is not stalled, because that's what we see a young talent now. They tend to have a very good season.
5 goals,
and you can't really manage. Maybe a lot of them they get carried away.
Yeah.
Some just feel it's not really a big deal. No passion, no zeal for it. But I think Kano Pillars, when you play for a team like Kano Pillars, they would always spoil you up. Your progress cannot stop, because they have scouting networks, and that's why I love that club. Before this guy will start, you hear that teams are interested in him and the rest. So we can just wish him all the best. And to see someone that young score 5 goals, Farouk, away from home in the Nigerian Professional Football League, it shows that we are getting something.
Let's talk about Sporting Lagos and Katsina United. They are back to winning ways. They've dropped a lot of points on the road, especially, and also at home. Recently, but it was a labored win for Sporting Lagos, even though they scored in the first half, and they were able to see it through. At this point in time, anywhere in Nigeria League, if you don't win your home games, honestly, trust me, it's a problem. If you get 1 or 2 on the road, it's a plus. You win the league, but at least take your own games first, and that is what they were able to do. This weekend. Well,
Sporting Lagos, I think the priority for the season, they are new boys. You can't be aiming for top 4. You can't be aiming for the continent. You get. I know how good Jonathan Luku is, and I won't be surprised when it's either a team from Europe comes for him, or the bigger ones from the league comes for him. Very fantastic player and the rest. So what they should be aiming for is to survive. Because I remember the first time Remo Stars came to the Nigerian Professional Football League too. Remember they relegated just after that season, because they couldn't get some things right. Yeah. So now your focus should be don't give yourself too much goal. Just let's survive this season. Let's see what happens this season. Let's try and not lose our own games. When we go away from home, let's try and get at least a point from it. Look at the Kano Pillars, they've got a point away from home. So I think these are the things, these are the priorities, things that Sporting Lagos should be looking at, because we can't afford to have a Lagos team go down once again. Because don't forget, when you don't have a team in Lagos, I feel it affects
It kills the
league
morale.
generally.
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
of
it
course,
affects the
absolutely.
league generally.
And let's talk about another match here.
I think Remo Stars
Remo
on
Stars,
top of the table.
Remo Stars are top of the table right about now.
Wow.
Shooting Stars also doing quite well for themselves. Should have won that match against their opponent in the village draw. But now, let us look at this table. Remo Stars top, Doma United at second. Doma United is a surprising team that I think that's
From Gombe again.
Yeah. And look at their record. The last 5 games, they have won 4, drawn just 1. Hi BK, this is the form we see City, do week in, week out.
I remember when Doma United, they are also from Gombe State.
Yeah.
So
they're able to play Gombe also to at home.
Yes. So I think I remember when they got promotion to the Nigerian League, where we heard that Canopilla wanted to buy their slot, and the owner was like, "Do you think we are child's play?
Yeah.
We are building a solid team." So when their first season was actually very good for them. They were practically going on the road, getting results, play at home, get results, and the rest. So being second at this point, I'm honestly not surprised. Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised with their form. They're a very good side, very, very solid. Mm-hmm. When you play against them, you know what you get from it. I think they are very dogged. I like the way they defend together, they attack together. They always show this discipline in their team. And again, a team that does that once again is Remo Stars. Remo Stars, you have a Daniel Ogumodede who understands the team already. They made him travel out to go get some experience in Portugal, came back to Nigeria, and now they are top of it. Don't forget they finished, I think, second.
Yeah, they were on the continent.
So in the Super 6.
Yeah.
And when we interviewed, it was like he's gunning for the league this time around. Mm-hmm. Even the owner, Shoname, is also saying that I think they are long overdue to start aiming for the league. These things are processed. When they came back, they just wanted to survive. They went ahead to see that, okay, we have survived. Let's see if we can make the mid-table or the top 4. And they started doing it. So I won't be surprised if they win the league, to be honest. And I'm sure no one will be surprised if Remo Stars finish at the league. Now, they have Ali Misikiru.
Absolutely.
With 9 goals. If you have Ali Misikiru, someone who has experience, who has played the league over and over again, someone who traveled, I think, to Esperance, or he went to Turkey, went to Tunisia and the rest. So he has the experience. He knows what it means to win the league. He understands what you need to do to win the Nigerian Professional Football League. And I think for me, if Remo Stars should win it, it's well deserved for it.
Well, TV our games will start showing on TV very, very soon. I think from next year. Also, the deal that was signed with Start Times. What exactly are you looking forward to? The packaging, and also talking about going out to go and train referees in Morocco. I don't have any problem going to train referees, but I feel it's better you bring facilitator to come and train as much as possible here, because the cost of going outside is way more than the cost of bringing them inside and train them here. Although we might not have that facility, but according to reports, there's a facility that can of VAR, I think, somewhere in Uyo. But you would have preferred them coming into the country or them going outside, because coming into the country will afford them training as much as possible.
There's the option of them coming here, and I think you're right. If they come here, they can train as much personnel as possible. Mm-hmm. But you also have to look at the fact that not a lot of people here want to be officials. Yeah. Most people would rather play football than officiate the game. You get. Understand that I've been to a couple of academy games recently, and most times they recycle officials. This one will blow this game, this one will blow the next game, this one will blow the other game. You get. So I think that's what they've looked at. But I think we should applaud them and say, okay, look, they are ready to take the necessary steps to take the league to where we all hope we're looking for a day where Sporting Lagos is playing and Unicon Stadium is at maximum capacity. Yeah. You get, cars are parked outside, there's traffic because everybody in Lagos has come out to support them. That's where we want the league to get to. And it seems like they've sat down and looked at the fact that, okay, look, how can we do this? The deal with Start Times is a very good one. I applaud them for that. So I hope that this direction they are taking will, get the NPFL to places where we can see back as Nigerians and say, okay, look, there's a Premier League game, but maybe I'll get a ticket and watch one game in the NPFL and maybe not just watch the Premier League this weekend. Mm-hmm. I think it's a step in the right direction. They can try this. If it doesn't work, then we can start talking about, okay, look, you've tried this, it did not work. Maybe how about bring these guys here to train? But right now, I don't fault them for anything they've decided to do. It's a good step in the right direction, in my opinion.
And plus the fact that we don't even have too many of our officials officiating on the continent. We don't have them at all. And perhaps for you to also be able to officiate right about now on the continent, VAR is a certainty. And I think that's why they are doing that. But Roy, which club do you support, in MPFL?
Okay, sadly, to be honest, So how do I support?
Well, you are from the east, so I think you guys.
That's what I'm saying. How do no?
There's
See,
Abia
the
Warriors,
thing
there's
is,
Imba, there's Atlant,
IBK made a statement.
there's
IBK
Enugu
said,
Rangers.
how do you support? The reason why I support Chelsea is I have the capacity to watch them every weekend. All right. If these games are being televised, most definitely I will pick interest in a particular team and I support them.
But you get
So
now, you fit travel.
But you should have boyhood club. You know, it was very good.
That's
back
what
then.
I'm saying.
So you don't have any boyhood Nigerian club
My boyhood
like
club,
stationary stores of the
That's what
bar,
I'm saying.
Bendel Insurance.
exactly. Those were defunct, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about current. So because those days when you talk about Julius Berger, I can easily go out and watch
Of course,
them. And
I
all of
agree.
that.
It's
Do
easy
you
to go
understand what
watch
I'm saying?
games.
It is easy to go watch them entertaining. They play entertaining football. You see passion and whatever you can talk about. But I think what they are trying to do right now, see, the world has actually evolved. We are in a digital age.
I'm trying to catch up with them as
all
well.
right? So people really do not have that time to come sit down and watch, as in go out to see a game. You understand what I'm saying? Was still in Lagos State, for instance, you get the traffic system will not allow you even travel from wherever you're coming. By the time you think about it, you just sit at home and rather watch it from your TV. So if they are able to secure the TV right and make it work, just like imagine South African League, you can easily watch South African League on DSTV and all of that. So if you give the league that
Preference.
not preference, I'm looking for the word, as in giving it that attention.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I believe people will gradually, it's a gradual process. People will pick interest in the league, now begin to support their, before you know it, sponsors will come in and all of that. TV rights will rise and all of that. So it's a like IBK stated, is a nice one. They signed an agreement with Star Times and all that. So let's start from there and see where it takes us to.
All right, let's leave Nigerian League. You know, it's been a very interesting weekend. Match the week 11. Let's go straight to the European draws that was made, you know, during last week, and definitely was an interesting one. If you ask me, from Group A, we've got Germany, Scotland, Hungary, as well as Switzerland. From Group B, Spain, Croatia, Italy, Albania. And I mean, to me, that's the group of the vet. Group C, Slovenia, Denmark, Serbia, England. From Group D, we've got a team that will still qualify from the playoff winner from Path A. But there's Netherlands, there's Austria, there's France, who I feel are the favorites in this one. From Group E, there's Belgium, Slovakia, Romania, and also the playoff game that will produce another winner to come into that Group E. And from Group S, we've got Turkey. We're expecting the playoff from Path C, Portugal, and Czech Republic in this one. Guys, let me come to you, Izu. Germany are the host nation. They've had a terrible 2 years in football. I've been watching Germany for a long time.
No, more than 2 years.
I mean, I said they're just 2 years and above. I've never seen, even when they're not playing well, they've not been this bad. I know people have seen too many things, which I don't think we have time for us to analyze it now. Because a lot of people said when they won the World Cup, it was because of Pep Guardiola going to Germany, changing the style of football in Bayern Munich, and they left their own rules. Okay. Now he has left over the years, and they are now struggling. The fault is being thrown back to his table again. But that's Germany for you. I don't think they will win, even though they're playing at home, but a lot can happen in football. But from these groups, from these teams, which team are you going to rank 1, 2, 3?
For the entire...
Absolutely.
Or from Germany's group?
From the entire group.
I think, obviously, favorites for the competition are France.
Absolutely.
That's clear as day. I think second to them, I'm going to go with Portugal. They've had a very good run for the qualifiers. Ronaldo is in the form of his life. They are scoring goals. They are defending well. And I was one of the people who criticized what's his name, Roberto Martinez heavily when he was at Belgium, because I said on this show, you cannot fumble a golden generation, and then for some reason they are handing him another golden generation in Portugal. They have the likes of Leao, they have Joao Felix. They have all the players that I feel
Bernardo Silva.
Exactly, people who are like core Ronaldo fans would have wanted him to have had over the years to at least challenge for the World Cup. But they have it now. So I think, bar France, I think they are second. Honestly, I don't think I can point to a third team. Maybe England.
Not maybe.
Maybe England.
Not
if
maybe. Not maybe.
They got to the finals last time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think the England that got to the final of the Euro Cup, IBK, and also that played people at the World Cup has changed. They are struggling. They don't even have an identity about now. You see Trent playing.
Know what I'm saying, IBK? Farouk.
I know what I'm saying.
No.
I'm not convinced about it.
Don't worry.
I think I agree with you.
There's something about Spain. No matter how young they are, they are dominating every facet of football right about now. yes, you have mentioned two which I quite agree with him. Portugal, France, England is not a thing for me. Do you think Spain can be that third force in this Euro Cup?
Well, I think when you guys mention third force, I think it's sad that you can't put England into it because the highest pool of wealth, apart from France, for any national team
It's actually England.
is England.
That's the truth.
If I was English national team coach, I'll probably be having a dick every day.
But Southgate
Now,
has run out of gas.
Farouk is not out of gas.
It wasn't the gas Southgate that started with them.
Farouk, the person that has achieved more success in recent years as an English
Southgate.
manager
I
is
agree.
Gareth Southgate.
We are
So
so
Farouk,
No,
you
but what
can't-
has
you
been the
can't-
record? Farouk,
that- you
what
can't
point?
just
No,
decide that. You can't just decide that.
I want to
Maybe they are
understand.
stronger
IBK,
than
I want to understand
Now
at
they
what
finished.
point.
They qualified for
Farouk.
Euros with games in hand.
From which
They've shown that they are a team to beat at any tournament. They've shown I feel that the only thing they are lacking is that winning instinct. And you can't really blame them for it. It's just a matter of time. Germany too struggled. See, the German project, you can go and read about the documentary, German project, that was this guy, this popular guy that Joachim Low was assisting then.
Beoff.
No, Jürgen something.
Jürgen Klinsmann.
Klinsmann.
Just go and watch the German project. You know, it started from 2002.
After the World Cup in Korea.
You get the German project started and they projected that they were going to win the World Cup as at 2010, but they were close, and eventually they won it in 2014.
Yeah.
So it's just like that. So Germany too were near syndrome success. They got into the semi-finals but losing, and this has shown that there is progress with the team, whether I like it or not.
See, that was what I was.
There's progress. It's just a matter of time.
That was what I wanted to ask IBK. Sorry, Farouk. I was like, Farouk, at what point did you lose interest in England? Now, in the last 5 matches, what has been their record?
I'm talking about tournament proper. Honestly,
No, tournament. Okay, when you talk about tournament, at the last
it's
World
only
Cup,
the last time
they got to
England
semi-final at the
struggled
last
to
World Cup.
qualify for a major tournament was way back. Was it?
No, that's not true. Last European League, the Nations League, they came final.
I said the last time they struggled to qualify for a major tournament was way back over 20 years ago when Beckham scored a free kick and the death against Greece. I watched that match live and direct.
Okay.
What I'm just saying is that I think Southgate, still being the coach, to me would not take them past what he has done. Because he has recycled
Well,
the same thing.
are you saying
get what I'm trying to
are you
say?
saying that Southgate has reached his ceiling?
That's what I'm saying. Has
No,
gone to
no,
that
no,
peak.
no, no,
And
that's-
there's
The
no
thing,
taking
the
them.
thing is, I don't know if Southgate has reached his ceiling or not.
Do you see anything new?
I'm not-
Do you
I'm
see
not-
anything new? That's
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 where I'm coming to. I'm not his biggest fan. I'm not going to lie,
Okay.
but I cannot deny the work that he has done with the
Absolutely.
English team
Thank
so
you.
far.
That's the
Exactly.
point.
He has. This guy has
That's
taken
the
them to
point.
the finals of the Euros.
Yes,
They got to the
semi-finals to the World Cup.
You
Yes.
get. I think.
Thank you.
I think the last World Cup before the one that was played,
They got to
They got to
quarterfinals.
quarterfinals as well.
Yes.
So there you can see that it's an improvement to the team.
Of course.
But the issue I have with Southgate right now is with the players he's calling and the English games that we've seen of late. Saka is in the form of his life. Obviously, he'll get called up.
Yeah.
Harry Kane is tearing Germany apart.
Okay.
He'll get called up. You get. There's really nothing when it comes to how Southgate wants to play that you see that, okay, look, this is the plan for the English national team, or this is how they love to play. Most times, it seems like it's individual brilliance. And that can only take you so far. When IBK spoke about the German project, Germany won the World Cup. I'm not sure. The project was so good that they won the World Cup without a registered number 9. I think they just brought in Marisov close so that he will break that record. And after that,
That's
it was
what I'm saying was a project.
Exactly.
It's just
Man,
they had an identity all through those work. They were called German machine for a reason now. They didn't to get tired. They will press and press and press and press. The English team now, you don't really see that. They have a lot of goal scorers, no doubt. But we've seen these guys fall short. These guys practically capitulated against France in the semi-finals of the World Cup. The first goal was from a penalty. The second goal that would have drawn them level was another penalty. They did not exactly create chances that make you see like, okay, look, these guys can actually go all the way with France. And you know, when push comes to shove,
that's exactly
argue
where
it out.
I'm
So
going
that's
to.
my problem
I'm
with
not saying they
Southgate.
don't have the talent. I think they still do, but I just feel that there's something still missing. That
And
Southgate needs to add.
the problem is he doesn't have a system, so he can't exactly pick players from that because they are stars.
I think this
but
is
each star has a
insult
profile.
for you to say someone who has achieved more success as the team's coach doesn't have a system.
So what is the system?
His
Let's-
system
let's-
is his achievement.
let's-
What are you saying?
All right, I think
His
guys,
system is his achievement. It's unfair.
We'll come back to that.
There was a point. I think they once had.
the great
They once had Capello.
Hold on.
They once had mentioned in
Hold on,
English
guys.
coaches. What success did they achieve?
Sorry, Farouk mentioned France as the favorite to win this league, to win this competition. Okay, so why do you think France should win the competition?
Because France, for
That one is.
to be at the finals of the World Cup,
World Cup
if not
finalists.
If not the brilliance of Emiliano Martinez, nobody will have stopped them. In that final. And beyond that, if you look at the team that have got Team A, Team B, Team C, that can still beat any world-class team in the world, that team is France. And these guys can play in several ways. And I've got a coach that constantly has raised the bar from every competition to do that. I don't think they had a downtime. That downtime was I think it was which
They lost that last match.
It was one Euro Cup where they struggled.
No, they lost that last match. That last match now.
Leave the last match. They've qualified before that last match. But in the end, I think that France are the favorite. Obviously, Germany being the host nation will also pull some muscle because they've got players.
For me, I still see Belgium, Portugal.
There's nothing convincing about the way
Leave
Germany
Belgium.
plays.
For me, I don't even see Spain in this competition.
Well, let's leave the problems of UEFA.
I don't see
Euro
Spain.
2024
I think that
finals.
I think Spain is still a project.
Let's talk about
let's
talk about what happened over the weekend. We saw great games, IBK being played, over the weekend from English Premier League to the Premier League to La Liga to Bundesliga, not forgetting Italian Serie A, and also PSG still dominating. In spite of them getting a red card for Donnarumma in France. But let's start from the Premier League and let's start from the most disappointing team of all. Talking about Manchester United. I'm so happy I'm here presenting. You guys are the one answering my question. So if you like, true jive, you are throwing that.
Well, I'll have to ask you a question.
No, we are not. Wait.
Let's
We are not throwing jabs. We are stating this is a statement of fact.
Okay, to state that fact, let me start from Roy here.
He's itching to be asked.
I tell you.
We saw a struggling Newcastle side. They've got injury all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
They've been using the same set of players for the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, no sub.
Mm-hmm.
And they are completely outrun United. They completely outplayed United in the midfield. Every department.
Mm-hmm.
The only place they didn't struggle was goalkeeper because goalkeeper was on break.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this team played against PSG during the midweek.
Mm-hmm.
They also struggled talking about Newcastle.
Yeah.
But it was a complete game. It was like they strolled to that victory. What exactly is the problem at United?
I think Manchester United problem goes beyond what you see in the football team. We've said this
we
thing.
judge this.
Every day
We've
una
said
go
this
dey
thing.
every day una go dey
We've
call
said this thing
Glazers.
before.
It's not
It's
about
not
Glazers.
about Glazers.
Let me
Nobody's
tell
talking about
you their
Glazers.
problem. They can't make the ball their friend.
No.
That's their biggest
That's
problem.
not true.
IBK.
No, that's not.
Make the boy.
You just go to this word.
Not their biggest problem with that. They cannot make the ball their friend.
So the thing is, if Posco said something, Posco said what he saw was bunch of lazy lads
Absolutely.
playing football. You understand? And if you look at it,
But we've always
critically-
said this about the characters of United players, and I said something on one of the podcasts, and I said that I think you really cannot blame these players because I remember Fergie's time. You probably buy any unknown player.
Fergie's long gone for 10
No,
years.
this is what I'm saying.
No, he's
Farrell,
making a
listen, I'm
reference.
making a point. Listen, there is a winning culture.
Exactly, winning
in a
mentality.
team. The foundation is based on a team that has won trophies over and over again. That's why they tell you that Real Madrid to buy any player and the player will probably gelling. The chance of player gelling in is so high.
Yeah.
Now, someone like you look at Man U's setup and the guys have been there for a while. You mentioned Rashford, you mentioned Lindelof, you mentioned these guys. What exactly did they meet? They met.
That three?
Their foundation is
Sure.
built on a struggling Man United team. So as much as you want to ask them the real when you wake someone like Rashford up, what does he think about Man U? We tell you that they won the Europa League. There is no force of this is it. Guy, what could Darren Fletcher play? I'm sorry. What could O'Shea play? But these guys, they came into a team that has a foundation of winning mentality, consistent winnings. So you really cannot blame this. I'll say it over and over again. these players are talent. The talents are there. It's very obvious. Look at Rashford when he plays for England.
Is he a
The
question?
talents are so it's based on the fact that the things these guys met, I feel it's more of a psychological stuff.
Yeah.
They've always,
I totally
they've always
agree. I
had
totally agree with
struggling
But
Man United.
I-
At what point do we? Because I understand it's all well and good to say you want to blame it on tradition they met, culture, the things happening from the top of the club to the very bottom. But at what point, you can even blame the coach for all you like.
All right.
At what point do we blame the players?
No, but I just stated here that there are a bunch of lazy players. I stated
Forget laziness. At what point do we actually blame the players for what they are playing? It's not necessarily about laziness.
Okay, so
I watched this game.
let's look at
and
it.
Rashford
Let's look at
Rashford
it.
was playing as if maybe they just wake him up from sleep, say, Alpha, I'm a one play set too. We need one more player to compete us.
Let's take it. Let's take it.
Let's go this route down. It's very convenient for us to say the players are not playing well, which they are not. I agree completely. But who is putting those players out week in, week out?
See,
there was a time.
nobody should be a fall guy.
There was a time Anthony was playing every week.
No.
Anthony was playing.
Farouk, what you're trying to do now is you are tactically or indirectly trying to push it to Eric Ten Hag.
Yes.
You understand?
And this is what I'm going to.
that's what you're
He
trying
has
to
a
do.
court as well.
No, of
Farouk,
course.
Farouk,
He's going to blame. But let me tell you
Are we
something.
going back to what
I'm very sure you know Lobi Kazim very well. I saw his tweet over the weekend. It was completely the description of what I was not seeing in my mind. If you have a coach that cannot put out a team to have control over football.
Okay, so now
And
let's look at.
Let me land.
Okay.
You have a team that fails to control a football match all the time, struggling to pass, struggling to have a pattern of play.
That make the body
At first it was
Farouk, what was
annoying.
Ten Hag's culture
No.
before it came to mind?
No. IBK, not even that.
Farouk, no, hold on. Farouk, let me tell
There's
you
a question I want to ask.
now, you guys, the thing is that I always say that we need to get to a point where players should be held responsible.
Exactly.
See, we are. It's like saying that Man United will look as if they are progressing, then they go 10 steps back, and this is the problem. The fans, hold on. The fans will easily say, "Sack this coach." We did it for Mourinho. We did it for
Louis van Gaal.
Louis van Gaal. We did it for
Moyes.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We did it for Moyes. We are now doing it for Ten Hag. So it's the same. Why can't you demand your players to demand something from them?
IBK, let me add to what you just said. IBK, let me add to what you just said. IBK, Farouk, now here, just give us, look at your team now. Man United, you said no, he is responsible for it. Who would you play outside the people he shortlisted?
I'll tell you one person.
Who?
This guy was always starting Anthony when he was playing badly, and everybody had that. Everybody, even people who were not.
You
Man
cannot
fans.
buy a 100
Wait,
million player and put
I'm
him on
going.
the
I'm
bench.
going somewhere. Just hop in the car and take this journey with me. Just relax.
Okay.
He was always playing Anthony, even when he was not playing well. Whether Anthony was balling or not, he was in starting 11.
All right.
Now, for some reason, he finally decided he wanted to drop Anthony.
All right.
The game against Everton, Anthony played well. The game against Galatasaray, forget aside those shut up goals, Anthony was one of the best players for Man United on the pitch. Now, this guy is starting to seem like he's doing the basic things well and helping you, do certain things as well. You now decide that against Newcastle, you want to bench him. Why?
Okay.
When Rashford has clearly not come to the party in
Now,
the last how many games that he has started in.
Do you guys
He
know
has
how
to take the
games,
blame as
hold on.
well.
Do you guys know how games are prepared? These people train from Monday to Saturdays, and they take a holistic.
You are just going my route now.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
The
That is why the coach. That's why.
No,
That's
do you know
why the coach?
the guy probably must have been poor during that week process.
In fact, I'm asking Ten Hag to tell United this time what they are doing in training. They don't look like a well-trained side.
No, it's XXL1 triangle.
Postecoglou is barely at Tottenham for 6 months. You can from here say this is what he's trying to achieve. The same thing with Poch, even though it's not working yet. You can say Poch is trying to play a dominant side of football. The same thing with Arteta. The same thing with players. But United is kick and run. The goalkeeper has at 20 minutes had more touches than the entire player. That is absolutely wrong.
Yes,
you
now
see a goalkeeper that pass out.
Wait, no be ball playing keeper on our side.
No, apart from that,
And in they do the ball
Easy.
playing now.
My question to Farouk has not told me. You
Is that
evaded
what?
that question. I just asked. Izu took it away from
Okay.
me. Give us the first 11 you think should play well in Manchester United. Since you are blaming Ten Hag.
I cannot do that.
Now,
because
the reason you can't do that is because you have failed to put the blames on the players and you are putting it on
I will tell you for free that these same players you have been condemning from Rashford to Maguire to Bruno Fernandes, this guy go into their national team and you see them play the way football should play.
But we've been blaming coaches, we've been sacking coaches.
And it has not worked.
And it has not worked.
Then the coach should also tell the players to leave. It's not working. It's as simple as that. That's why that's why I will always follow and also support
when he was having issues with Sancho. What were you guys saying?
Am I the coach? Can they collect money now? We'll talk our own. We'll talk our own. Let the coach take decision. But let's leave the issue of United because it always causing a lot of problem here in the studio. Arsenal, no problem. 2-1 against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Only 5. Sheffield United 0. Chelsea defeated Brighton and Hove Albion by 3-2. While for Liverpool was goal galore in that match, 4-3. That one ended. It was a lot of interesting and beautiful goals in that one. While for City against Spurs was the game of the weekend for me for so many reasons. And once again, VAR or the referee this time around has shown to us that they just like those negative press in England. Because I don't see any reason why that ref should stop that build-up play by Alan after you have already said play on. I watched the review this morning again and again and again. He didn't blow the whistle at that point. It was when the ball was clear. He now stopped the match. IBK. What is wrong with the referees in England? What is wrong with them?
Well, I think this is what you
now.
I've always said it that.
Nobody does it to be content creators.
Now, let me compare.
Thank you.
Now let me compare what's happening at ManUnited and what's happening with PremierLeague referees.
Now
this is it. When there's an error, PGMOL apologizes. You can't really say much about the referees. When a manager says a lot about the referees,
he gets fined.
The manager gets punished and gets fined. So when referees are not politically being held responsible for their decision making, terrible decision making, you don't see improvement.
Wow.
That's the truth. And the same thing with ManUnited. When a player knows that it's a manager that will eventually be sacked, what am I improving for?
It's like that everywhere.
Listen. See, you are not going back to that. I'm just now, Farouk, calm down.
You just went back to that.
Farouk, calm down. So I'm saying that now look at what Alan said on Twitter. WTF? We all know the meaning here.
He's going to get punished for that.
I'm very sure that he's going to get punished for it.
No, he has been served the letter.
I'm sure they will fine him. They might not suspend him.
This is the action.
They might not suspend him, but I'm sure they will fine him.
He would be suspended.
No.
It would be.
They might not suspend him.
He would be. Trust me, he would be suspended. He would be.
But it's WTF, he said. So he can tell you that it's WTF.
He can tell you it's been bad that they don't win.
He can tell you that WTF means something else.
You know he will not win that battle.
Farouk,
he will not win that battle.
He can tell you that WTF means something else.
And the Premier League will tell you that we know what you are saying and they will hand him the fine and the
No, you can't. It's not. See, that's why I like abbreviation. You cannot say this is what the person means.
We'll come back to that later on the program.
But the referees should be held responsible. I always say that these players train like they train like as if they are dying the next day. They train like a lot of them even die on the pitch. And you have someone who just says is the referee and wants to decide everything. It doesn't make any sense.
I think you have said it all. For me, I totally agree with what you're saying. You understand? Referees should be punished. There should be a certain
after that punishment. Put severely.
No. Okay, severe.
Put severely.
I'll tell you the reason why it's not possible.
Put severely.
I'll tell you the reason why it's not possible.
Anthony Taylor made a horrible decision. Was sent to the championship as punishment. Then he came back and they carry Odindi Man U and Chelsea Man City for him to officiate.
That's what I'm saying.
Somebody that was just coming back for. I don't care if he did well. There's no reason why. I even made one. He did one rubbish that game.
Championship, we say they show for TV.
He said, may go on match. Maybe say now let's do this now.
For me, this should be the proper punishment. You understand? If for whatever reasons you commit such a blunder, there should be a monetary punishment attached to it, not just sending him to the.
It's not
No,
possible.
they find them.
It's
No,
not
they
possible.
don't get fined.
Roy.
Don't. It's
Let
just-
me
their punishment has
let me
always
just
been,
see. When it
what's
comes to
called?
refereeing,
Demotion.
refereeing is a very sensitive position. And if you chastise
But
them
they
too
have real games.
if you chastise them too much, it becomes a pain, it becomes a stain on those body controlling them. And I'll give you 3 or 4 examples in the past. The match between Chelsea and Barcelona in the Champions League.
Yes.
Of Rebel,
Yeah.
He didn't officiate again.
Yes.
But because they had to preserve their own, image, their prestige, they had to just cover it up that way. Same happened when this referee, Swedish ref, I don't know who
Same happened with Clattenburg.
the guy that uses he was going to officiate the match between Barcelona and I can't remember, it was Chelsea under Mourinho. The guy's family was assaulted, was abused on the social media, and they said he was not going to go. They had to go and bring Pierre-Louis Collina to come and officiate that match that they played at Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea eventually qualified ahead of, that match ended 4-2 of Chelsea. So it's been in the past. I'm not saying that referee should not be punished, but because of their own image and prestige, they will just, sweep across it and sweep it under the carpet. But not to say that referee have not ruined games in the past. But now let's go to another game, Chelsea-Brighton. We saw the best of Chelsea in that match at the same time.
Yeah?
No. I was going somewhere.
Okay.
And also the worst of Chelsea in that same game. But most important thing in football game is winning, and Chelsea, did that.
Yes. As a Chelsea fan, the 3 points, if you played 6-5, I will take the W at the end of the day. But let's not forget that we scored 3 goals and they came from set pieces.
Yeah.
First one was second phase of the corner. Enzo scored. The second goal, second phase of the corner. Cowell scored. Third goal was a penalty. We didn't exactly create any goal scoring opportunity. I said, we should have taken that. But at the end of the day, they might say because of the red card that Gallagher picked up, that's why we did not really come out and play open and expansive football in the second half. But all of that, we've gotten a win. I just hope they can build on it. But what I saw against Brighton, the only thing I can applaud them for is their ability to be able to stay in that game and not. They didn't lose now.
Okay.
The Chelsea of 2 weeks ago would have capitulated.
Yeah.
All right, let's leave all this on serious team and talk about a team that I think are very serious, the way and manner they go about their businesses. Arsenal Football Club. They came short last season, and Arteta has addressed virtually everything he needs to address, in that team, from the goalkeeping position where he has to goalkeeper, even though both of them are still forming at the point in time. But a team that has considered the least number of goals in the league and also grinding results left, right, and center, and also top of the table as we speak, needs to be given that respect. And IBK has been saying that. Give Arsenal the respect they deserve because they can go all the way this season. IBK.
Well, like I always say, I think when you start taking teams seriously is when you can see the obvious consistency, the way they grind out results. I remember when against Brentford, that's what you call a statement win. It was so difficult, but we're able to grind out that 1-0 result. Coming from someone like Kai Havertz. That's to show you that everyone has taken responsibility to take the team forward. That's what you call a team that is progressing. And I always say it, any club or any manager that is not taking Arsenal seriously doesn't know what's happening. Because this Arsenal team that I'm watching, it will take just a special moment from Man City and Liverpool for them to take the title of Arsenal. But I can tell you easily that with this way they are going, they did it last season. If they should continue, if they are more consistent this time around and don't lose their own, they should be crowning. They'll be getting the Premier League title.
Well, IBK mentioned Liverpool while he was talking about Arsenal. Let's talk about Liverpool. They won 4 goals to 3. My only problem about Liverpool is the number of goals they concede week in, week out. But in that, they have quality players everywhere on the field that can score goals for them. And there's a game that you want to see, with full advertisements of great goals. Was that game against Fulham? 4 goals to 3. Liverpool won that match.
You see, one thing I love about that Liverpool team is they are a very attacking-minded team.
Mm-hmm.
They are like the Barcelona of old. They care less about their defense. As much as you can score 5, they will score 10. They've always. I think that's the mentality Liverpool is built. You understand? They don't believe in getting attacked. They want to believe that if you can score 2, they can double that figure, and we actually saw it in the game against Fulham. You know, at some point at 80-something minutes, they were Fulham was leading 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2.
Was leading 3-2 at 80-something minutes. You know, so for me, I already gave up. I was like, it's obvious Liverpool was going to lose this game, and between 87 and 89th minutes, it happened. You understand? So it shows what they can bring to the team, and the addition of don't gawk it. The addition of what's this guy Soboslai, what's his name Soboslai, McAllister, and Gakpo. You know, I mean, it has actually redefined. Right now, you can actually see that they are not missing the likes of Henderson. They are not missing the likes of, and what's this guy's name? Endo. The guy seems to be a good buy. You understand? Absolutely. He's actually coming into the team and he's actually progressing the team and all of that. You get so. And what's his name? Gabo has settled in. What's this guy's name? The new midfielder they just acquired last, the black guy that came from Gravenberch. Yeah, fantastic player and all of that. You get. But for me, I think their best buy of the season is that Soboslai. The guy has actually improved the team very, very well. So I see them as top 4 contenders, no doubt about that. I know at the end of the
not league contenders.
Sorry,
not league contenders.
Top 4, not league contenders. For me, this is my own personal opinion. I stand to be corrected. For me, this season, I feel the league is between Man City and Arsenal. That's the gospel truth.
I think Liverpool is.
Well, that's another topic for another day. But if you ask me, I think there are 3 title contenders in England. We'll come back to that on that subsequent shows of ours. I'm very sure you guys must have enjoyed this great show. Big ups to Real Madrid, Barcelona, as well as Girona doing the wonders out there in Spanish La Liga. And don't forget, Inter Milan are obvious favorites in Serie A, blowing everything apart. IBK's Napoli and Osimhen were blown apart over the weekend by 3-0. Çalhanoğlu, fantastic player, and also the son of that great defender of French national team, Lance Thuram. Thuram also doing a great job for them. PSG will go back to win in spite of them getting a red card, in France. So special congratulations to them. One for Bayern Leverkusen, yet to lose this season, but were pegged back by Borussia Dortmund where they played out a 1-0 draw. Guys, before we set sail this lovely show, let me start from Roy. Your 3 best moments so far. Sports moments. I'm not saying because I say best moment. I'm saying when I met my first girlfriend.
Sporting moments with us.
Best sporting moments this year. Let's go.
I think the first one would be Man City winning the treble.
Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you, it's something I wanted Guardiola to achieve with them for. I'm a big Chelsea fan, but people have this argument that he's not the best coach they've ever seen, or he's this and he's that. But people have always wanted him to win the Champions League with Man City. Yeah. And I like the fact that he finally did it and clinched everything at the same time. He won the league, the Champions League, and the FA Cup. So that's one. The second one was Miami Heat winning their conference in the NBA playoffs. Yeah. I'm a very big fan of Jimmy Bucket. Okay. And I like the fact that, he's somebody who has been counted out more times than I can care to count. From Timberwolves.
Can I get a broom? They were swept.
There's that. No. There's that. But like Abike said before, you can tell that they're a team that's trying to get somewhere. Yeah. Denver Nuggets did not just get there all of a sudden. It had to happen over time.
Also swept by Lakers in 2020.
Exactly. It has to happen over time. But I like what Jimmy is doing with the team. I like the aura he brings. So everything Jimmy did up until winning the conference title before Nuggets happened to them.
The third one.
So I think the third one would
Chelsea.
be no. I think Xabi Alonso's change of Bayer Leverkusen's fortunes has been very magical to witness. He came into the team. They were bottom of the league as when they signed him. He took them to a certain level last season. This season he said, okay, look, these are the players I want to work with. And the rebuild seems like it's going well. Bayer Leverkusen of last season would have crumbled after Dortmund went 1 goal ahead of them, you get. And then Boniface, Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, buying Granit Xhaka back. So everything Xabi is doing with that team is something I've also enjoyed to watch this year.
Roy, your best sporting moment, the 3 of them.
Okay, so number 1 was seeing Argentina win the World Cup.
That was last year now.
You can't
was it this year?
It was December.
You can
still. Yeah, of course. So the reason is very simple because I am a fan of Messi. You understand? So I wanted him to retire home well. You understand? So him it will, the debate of is he the greatest of all time would have eluded him if he hadn't won the World Cup. You understand? So personally, I'm a hard worker, so I love seeing people being rewarded for their hard work. He has paid his dues in the football world, so I feel that's the best way for him to retire.
So number 2,
you understand? So number 2 is, to be frank, to be honest, Chelsea playing out draw with Man City. You understand? I never saw that game. I already gave up. You understand? Sincerely, I already gave up in that team. That match already, I already counted. In fact, I lost a bet because of that, because I wanted Man City to win, and Chelsea came and they played their heart out, and I was very glad. And the third and the most sweetest was actually taking my good friend's 5,000 naira home.
That won't enter.
So it was a very sweet. It was a very, as much as I didn't want to take the 5,000, but it was needed. You understand? As a bragging right to as a sports analyst. I know that.
You go stand on back.
I don't even.
All right, let's say yours.
Well, I think the first one was it's quite personal. The team, I'm the team manager for Lekki United, a football club in Nigeria.
Yeah, absolutely.
We play in the second tier, or let me say third tier, the NLO, Nigerian National League 1. And I think one of the moments is, like Roy said, when you are working out and you see a result, there's nothing as sweet as that.
Yeah.
I know how much work we've put into the team and finishing top of the group, although we lost the playoff, but like I always say, it's one step at the right direction. You just take that step. Okay.
Nearly 2 years, right?
Yes, just nearly 2 years, and we went to Raymond Stars to play the playoff. And although we lost, like I said, but it was still something that you look back until the moment was good. When I remember,
I think
we go on the road to win games. We play at home, we win games. The atmosphere was so good then, and I just hope that when we start the season again, we'll continue with that momentum, and everything will be very fine. And my second sporting moment for the year was I think Man City. Yeah, Man City winning the Champions League. I've always said it that when you know any Barca fan and you know Pep Guardiola, you see this this relationship. Pep is someone that brought joy to every Barca fan. In fact, when Pep was announcing that I was leaving Barca, I was quite young then, and I cried, to be honest. I remember there was a press conference. He himself was crying. That's why when you look back at people's success, I always say that at times you look back at what we've achieved, you start crying, you start thanking God for life and the rest. So winning the Champions League for Man City, I think it was just more like saying, oh, this guy, he deserves it. He's tried, he's done it. Even Man U fans can tell you that Pep anytime they want anyone, everyone. Let's not lie. You get a lot of us criticize Pep outside, but everyone wants to have a taste of what Pep serves, and that's to show you that the guy is doing something right, and there's no better way to end it by winning the Champions League with Man City. And I think for me, the last and final one was I'll combine two: Messi going to Inter Miami, and also Messi winning the 8th Ballon d'Or. A lot of people will say, it was quite controversial,
including you as well,
which is agreed. Yeah, it was quite controversial, but there is no better way as a Messi fan. At times I sleep and I there's no one to argue with anymore. You get, when Ronaldo fans come in, I just show them Messi lifting the World Cup, Messi lifting the Ballon d'Or. I won't take nothing away from what Ronaldo has achieved, but it's just let me just call it bragging right. It's not as if one is so good and no. I just feel it's more of
it's just
bragging right.
Edge over that guy.
An edge, and to be honest, I will always thank God that I always say that if I die tomorrow, there's this happiness in me that I'll be telling other people I say in heaven that come. When I no see some two guys we finish football. And I think Messi and Ronaldo, there's no better way to end it. There's no fun anymore in football.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree.
There's no competition.
There's no competition. So I think for me, my sporting moments are those three, and I appreciate God that we are still alive, and hopefully 2024 will be a better year for everyone.
Well, to me, it's very quick, and I'll do it short and simple. Carlos Alcaraz winning a Grand Slam this year is something I so much, love so much. And for me, it was a young guy trying to get up the rope and in tennis winning. And also a certain Max Verstappen dominating the world of Formula One, where we had great drivers of the past, winning convincingly, winning 19 out of 22 races. It's a new record in the world of Formula One. You have to give that guy, even though I'm not his biggest fan, you have to just, give it to him. And the final one, has to be a certain Denver Nuggets. No football moment, because I didn't like exactly what I saw in football this year. It has to be Denver Nuggets, capping it up with that man, Nikola Jokic, winning the NBA title convincingly against every other team. For me, basketball is one of the greatest sports I love so much. In fact, they call me basketball analyst right from time. But now we are so diverse that we can talk so many sports all together. Next year will be even better year for all of us, and those of you guys also watching. But you know the drill. Try as much as possible to follow us on our YouTube platform, subscribe, like our content, share from time to time, and trust me, you'll always be the first to get all of the new content we'll be serving you from time to time. It's been Best of the Best Sports Show with these great guys in the studio. IBK, Fushizu, Izu the big man, and Roy, who's never keen to listen to what I tell you guys all the time.
You don't listen now.
You don't listen now.
Final shoot on in the studio for the year, and like I always say,
can we always just do two Kobo guys? Let's go.
So I think it's just good to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year in advance. By God's grace, we will all meet 2024 in good health, in wealth, and hopefully we'll see ourselves in the new year and rejoice ourselves. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from IBK Sports and everyone.
And you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much, Obrigado, Dante, and also gracias.
Adios.